Hello, hello. It is a cozy, rainy day outside, so we are going to make some creamy potato soup. It's a little bit cheesy, but it's vegan, so that's with nutritional yeast. It's so delicious. I can't wait for you to try it if you're making it with me. So let's get started. Okay, first thing you're gonna do is chop a red onion. I always prefer to use a red onion over white because red onions have more antioxidants, so they are just healthier for you. Also, don't judge my chopping because although, yes, I did work as a personal chef, I am not super proud of my knife skills. So I just halved it and I'm going to chop it into little, I'd say I'm dicing it. So you're gonna dice that red onion. Okay, I added about half a tablespoon, maybe a full tablespoon of olive oil to a pan, and I'm doing it on medium heat. So you're gonna get this a little bit hot and then add your onion to that. I love cooking on all-clad stainless steel pans. I'm gonna add my onion in. I'm gonna give this a little stir. And I'm going to cook this for probably like 8 minutes until it's starting to brown a little bit. Okay, while the onion cooks, I'm going to mince up some garlic. Some of my cloves were a little small, but I'd say this is 4 cloves, like 4 normal cloves of garlic. So I'm going to mince this really small. That gets you more flavor the smaller you mince it. And I always like to use fresh garlic over jarred garlic or any of the like easier shortcuts. I just think it tastes so much better. And garlic just has so many detox properties. It's an immunity booster. It's just such a great addition to your soup. So I'll mince it about that small. And then we'll chop up some other veggies as well. And as I'm chopping, I'm just going to keep giving this a stir so it doesn't stick to the pan. If it does start to stick, I'll add a little bit of water to deglaze it. Okay, so I peeled some carrots. My recipe calls for 2 large carrots, but these ones are a little small, so I have 4 because I think they're all about half the size of a normal carrot, but these are nice and peeled. We're going to cut off the ends and then chop them up. And my favorite way to cut carrots is to cut them in half, then do them once lengthwise, so then they lay really nice and flat, and then you can chop them like super fast and even, and they're small and bite-sized. So that's my favorite way to chop carrots. Let me know yours in the comments. I did not go to culinary school, so don't judge my knife skills. I never have taken a class or anything. That would be really fun to do in the future because it would save so much time in the kitchen. It goes a little faster, I think. Okay, let's add in the carrots. Give it a stir, and now we're going to chop our celery and our potatoes. Okay, let's chop up the celery. I like to lay it down kind of like the carrots, lay it down flat, so it's super easy to chop. I think everyone, especially every chef, has their favorite thing to chop, and mine is celery. It just like sounds so nice. We are going to take Crosby to a little pumpkin patch, and then we are going to go to a potluck, so that's what I'm bringing this soup to, and it's a Halloween potluck, so we're going to wear our costumes, which is so fun. We're being Harry and Hermione, and Crosby is the cutest Dobby that you've ever seen. So I'm very excited. I really like how the timing of this soup comes together because I just feel like everything, like as I'm adding these, the onions are getting more cooked and it just comes together really nicely. So now we're going to add the potatoes, then after that we will do the garlic and spices, and then it's pretty much done. Then it just has some vegetable broth and it's going to simmer. So this is going to be a little bit of a pain because My potatoes are a few days old. I feel like things go bad so fast here in Hawaii, and they have sprouted, so I have to cut off all the sprouts. If you didn't know, potato sprouts, you can still eat the potato if you cut it out, but they're not good for you to eat the sprout. I'm pretty sure they might even be toxic, so always check and cut the sprouts out of your potatoes. They're a little older. Okay, my potatoes are a little smaller now, but I think this is still a good representation of the recipe. This is about the size of 4 medium gold potatoes, so some are a little bigger, some are a little smaller, and I'm just going to cut these into bite-sized pieces, and then we will add that to the soup. Okay, let's add the potatoes, the base of the soup. It's going to make it so creamy and delicious. And nothing is sticking, so that is really nice. A lot of these vegetables just let off some of their water into the soup and keep it from sticking. So let's add the garlic and the spices now. Okay, so the potatoes did start sticking a little while I was getting the spices together, so I just added a tiny bit of vegetable broth. The potatoes are definitely the stickiest vegetable, so that would be good to probably add when you do that while you get your spices together. So I have my spices here. It's nutritional yeast, salt, pepper, and oregano. So I'm going to add those in. And I'm also going to add my minced garlic in right now. And we're going to give that a stir and just cook it for about a minute before adding our vegetable broth. Okay, now I'm going to add my vegetable broth. I just use this one from Whole Foods. I'm going to add it all in and then bring this up to a boil. Then once it boils, we'll turn it down and let it simmer until the potatoes are nice and cooked. So let's turn it up to high, get it boiling. So I did 4 cups of vegetable broth and 1 cup of full-fat coconut milk. And then while that soup is coming to a boil, I'm going to chop up my green onion. I like to just cut off the bottoms. I know some people use more of like the whiter part, but I don't like that part as much. So then now that the bottoms are all cut, I can bring them all evenly to the top, and I can trim the tops super easily. So that's what I like to do. I get rid of that, and then I kind of see if there's any other parts that don't look super great. And then we can chop our green onion. And the other topping that's going to go on this is some vegan Greek yogurt. I will show my favorite brand of that. Oh my gosh, I just saw that my hand looks like a claw. Sorry for that angle, that's like so scary. I feel like I have scary hands. This is the brand of Greek yogurt, vegan Greek yogurt that I'm using. So it's just unsweetened plain. It's made from coconut and cashews. Oh, and I forgot to say, it tastes basically like sour cream. So if you like sour cream in your soup or potatoes, it's a good alternative. And it just finished simmering. It simmered for about 12 minutes. I'd say 10 to 15 minutes is good, but just until the potatoes are cooked through. So I just did a little taste test and they are cooked. Okay, you're gonna take about half of the soup and let it cool for a little bit, and then put it in a food processor or blender. A blender would be better, but ours is broken. And then you're going to add half a cup of cashews. And you want cashews that are unsalted. And then we're gonna blend this up. This makes it so creamy. Okay, the final step, we're gonna add the soup into here. Oops, a little bit of it spilled. Okay, then you're gonna pour in the blended soup. You're gonna mix in the blended soup. So now the base of the soup is done. We're just gonna add some toppings to this. Comes together so fast. It gets even more creamy when the yogurt is mixed in, and the green onions are so perfect on top. But Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
No, no.